back. That song stinks. I say it every week. That song stinks. Fire my agent. Fire my songwriting crew. Rehire them to write a new song. What are we doing here? Oh, a freshly shaven Aaron. Look at that. Look at that. I look like baby nuts. All right. Well, I'm Aaron Forsyth, and you're back again. You're at the Shlicketty Do cast. Wow. Wait, let me do my thing. Oh my gosh. Well, I can't do this alone. I got my partner, Mike Anderson, in the square.
I'm gonna do elevator doors again.
I like elevator doors. Oh, look at that. That's high tech. I like the elevator doors. Are you able to, do you have the technology to move them up and down elevator doors?
I did it once, and it's taken me this long to recover.
All right, all right.
It's tricky because I don't want to block the light. I'll work on it for next time.
Text art? Yeah, that's pretty good text. Wait, let me grab.
In fact, I'll work on it for next time. In fact, that will make next time a very special episode.
Ooh. When this comes, guess what I think we're going to be doing next week? This will come out. Okay, so we're gearing up. It's almost the end of the month, guys. And guess what that means? Ding dong ditch, trick or treat. We got a special. We did a little work in the tool shed for you. We did a little trick or treat action for everybody at the cast. I know. We'll just have Halloween themed. Every year, maybe we'll do something different. We might even go into different holidays, but the Halloween episode, it's going to be extravaganza of weirdness. It's going to be like cable access on dope.
Yeah, we're doing a few thematically special things.
Yeah.
So, do tune in.
Yeah.
It'll be fun when we get there. But before that, today's show.
I know.
All right. What's new with you?
Oh, I had stuff. Well, what did I do last? Oh, here's one I did for you, and I got to get your take on this one.
All right.
So, the girlfriend, she says to me, I got tickets. We're going to a show.
Okay.
And I'm like, sign me up, girlfriend. Let's do this. So I was trying to be a good boyfriend, trying to be cool, so I didn't want. Usually I'd be like, oh man, are you serious? We gotta go. I gotta stand around like a whole person. It's like, no resistance. I went willingly, even dressed up. So she goes, I got tickets to a play. And I'm like, a play?
Now, when was the last time you've been to a play?
Well, I mean, I've been to some here and there, but nothing I bought tickets to. It was all kind of like, all right, here you go.
Now, when you did these plays, were these sort of like local plays, or were they like the touring Broadway companies or something?
All right. Well, I've been to both levels. Okay. Here, this one is kind of like a mid-level, low-level. Well, it's upper for Erie. It's the Erie Playhouse did it. So we went to the Erie Playhouse across from the Avalon on 10th there.
Okay.
All revamped, looking good. It's a nice little theater. I like it in there. Nice little vibe. Kind of cool, like a little movie set of a thing. And all right, there we go. And guess what the theme was?
I don't know.
The name of it. Well, they were doing Sweeney Todd.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to preface this by saying other than I knew Johnny Depp made a Sweeney Todd movie I'd never seen, I have no idea what this means. I have no idea what it's about. I know in the logo there's a picture of a hatchet. Okay, maybe a little blood. I'm thinking, okay, maybe a Jack the Ripper thing. Let's see what's going on. I was like, whenever somebody started talking, I was like, shush, don't want to hear it. No spoilers, no spoilers, no spoilers. I didn't want to know it. I didn't do any research. This is the first time in my life, it's like going to a movie and not knowing what it's about. And I was like, freedom. It was so liberating to know this is going to unfold. And then I started in my chair waiting for it, orchestras were warming up, and I'm like, what's this about? She's like, I'm not going to tell you. Okay. I'm getting eager.
Yeah.
Well, spoiler alert. All right. So on the screen in the background, they have the screen come down. Then they show these like little treats with blood around them. And I'm like, Now, do you know what's, now, do you know what Sweeney Todd's about, right?
I saw it on HBO back when I was like 12.
Okay.
HBO used to run Broadway shows.
I didn't even want to read the program. All I saw was original score by Sondheimer. I was like, all right.
And I've seen the movie a few times.
Yeah. So, we got pretty good front center things. Comes out, the production's really good. Now, these are local actors, but they're all really good. Young, old. I have a new appreciation for the stage show, on a side note. I used to make fun of the theater kids. I used to hockey check them in the lockers. And I tell you, the
You
theater...
didn't hockey check anybody.
No, I didn't. I wanted to in my fan fiction head. But no, they were good. Everyone is super awesome. I mean, there's a production, you could tell they did work.
Right.
The way scenes moved. The music, though, multi-layered. Oh my gosh, the soundtrack to Sweeney Todd, I gotta say, Sondheimer hit a home run, man.
You dug it?
Well, yeah. Well, I loved it in the sense, it almost felt like two songs were going on at once over a scene. So they'd be singing,
Yeah,
and then over
sometimes,
there
yeah.
on this side of the stage, the lights light up on them, and they're singing a whole different thing on top of this song, and things are interweaving. It's doing its thing. And, wow. I was like, I think I like this. And I hate musicals. You know me. I mean, when they say the word musical, I'm out of there. Feet don't fail me now.
My girlfriend says that all the time too. But we can have the musical discussions.
Yeah, I am anti-musical because I grew up with musicals. My dad would play soundtracks. I know them all. I know them all from Chicago on down.
All right, if you're going to force the issue, then okay, here's the short version of the argument. Okay, you say you don't like musicals.
Well, I didn't prior.
What about Purple Rain?
You'd call that a musical, though?
Purple Rain is 100% a musical.
Well, okay, but that wasn't a stage show. I mean, I guess...
What about Pink Floyd's The Wall?
Yeah, I mean, a little boring, but it's fine. It's cool.
Technically,
it's good.
It's a musical, right?
Right.
The music's just supporting the narrative, yada, yada,
Or I
yada.
think of Operation Mindcrime.
Right,
by
which is
Queensrÿche.
a concept album. But if they put it on stage, right? So the argument is, it's not that you hate musicals. You hate the old school, big, schmaltzy Broadway musicals.
The God, I hope I get it. I hope I get it.
I get it.
And they're all, how many people will I meet?
Yeah.
And everything's so flamboyantly stupid.
So it's not that you hate musicals. It's just that kind of schmaltzy, the stuff that was around plenty.
Yes.
Dude, have you seen the Cats? It's fucking
Cats
ridiculous.
is unbearable. Unbearable. I know the soundtrack because my dad used to play it on vinyl when we were young. And so I know the soundtrack. I've never watched the movie. I feel like I might have a hemorrhage in the middle of it. I don't know how far I can get into it.
So I think I was texting you not too long ago to that.
You did endurance test.
It's a bit of a challenge. It's a bit of an endurance test. Because I figured, all right, I'm going to watch this thing. Because I think I had tried watching it because HBO used to do the Broadway plays on HBO.
Yeah.
And I think that was one of Starlight Express I saw. And I think I tried to watch Cats, but it didn't make any sense to me. But I was like 10 or 11 or 12. So I was like, whatever. So I tried, not too long ago, I tried watching the movie Cats on HBO. You know what I mean? The computer animated one.
Oh, right. Is that the one T. Swift was in?
Yeah, I guess
Tay was
she's
in
in there. I mean, everybody's in there. It's nuts. And so I made it 17 minutes in.
17? So that's your number.
17 minutes in, I was like, I cannot take it.
Right.
And I was like, I'm out.
That's what I'm saying.
I think my girlfriend was like 4 minutes,
And she's a theater person. Your girlfriend is very
but
theater-esque.
like I said, she hates musicals. She's always like, I hate musicals, and then I lay the, technically,
Which that is funny coming from her because I know her well, and I know her enough to know she loves to sing, she loves to perform, and she loves her drama, and she loves music, teaches the stuff, knows it all, but she doesn't like the merging. She doesn't like her chocolate and her peanut butter.
She hates the old schmaltzy style of fucking Broadway musicals.
Yeah, the 70s, 80s thing, yeah. Like Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat, or like...
Jesus Christ Superstar.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I mean, I don't even know what was big back then, other than, like you and I have talked about before, because
our parents watched Chorus Line was one. That was big.
Your dad and my mom, we went to the same church.
Yeah.
So
your mom and my dad were in chorus together.
We're in the choir.
Choir, that's the word.
Yeah. So man, that Chorus Line. Like every time we took a vacation with the parents, they like to go down to Williamsburg. It was always like, if I was driving with my mom, it was a fucking Chorus Line on. If you drive with my dad, it was the CB. You know what I mean?
My dad used to play them on vinyl, so that would be like, all right, after dinner, I'd go to my room. I'm gonna go draw in my room and hang out or play Legos or whatnot, and then he would put on a record, and it was always,
Boy, I hope I get it. I really hope I get it.
Oh, and he would sing it along with it. So I'd be hearing like, dun, 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 the soundtrack to Annie, full volume, and I'm sitting in my room trying to draw.
Yeah.
So Sweeney Todd, back to that.
Okay.
Didn't know what it was about. All right.
So the full name is Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street.
Yes, the song was great. Yeah. Oh my God. I gotta applaud the Erie Playhouse crew. Erie Playhouse, man, they hit a home run. They were good.
Yeah.
The girl.
Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, stop now. Because we're going to talk about it.
I'm going to talk about it a little bit. Stop now.
I'm going to talk about it probably more.
Okay, spoiler alert. So here we go. I gotta say, the girl who played, who was the lady? Mrs. Garrett, or who is that? I don't know.
Edna Garrett, that's right.
No, Mrs. Garrett. What'd you talk about, Willis? Or I don't know, what was the lady the pie maker lady?
Mrs. Mann?
I don't know, Mrs. Kravitz? I don't know. Whatever her name is, the pie maker lady, she was super good, great actress. She was more horrible than Sweeney Todd himself. Sweeney Todd was just the guy who did the murder.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was all worried, he was just all distraught over the loss of his original Lucy he loved. The loss of Lucy.
Right.
And he wanted to, come to find out towards the end, spoiler alert, yeah, Lucy was the homeless girl. Okay, so there's a bunch of murders, whatever, everyone's
I don't
getting
even
killed.
remember the plotting, because in those sort of things, it's always just this Victorian melodrama.
Yeah.
Where, it's always pining for some long-lost love, like he longs for death so that he could be with her again. It's always this sort of theme.
And then he had the store where he was shaving people and then murdering them, and then
he was upstairs. He was on the top floor.
Yes, and Mrs.
He had a skylight.
Yeah, and Mrs. Garrett or whoever she was, I forget
She's
her
on the
name.
ground floor.
Right, and she had the pie shop. Nobody liked her pies. Well, come to find out, all of a sudden they get in the cahoots and and
so what was his thing for killing the people? Was he robbing them?
He had whenever he found this magic, well, I don't know if it was magic, but he found this shaving knife thing.
Oh, that's right.
And it really made him go.
He had like a kit of it was like, remember in the movie or something like that, it was like surgical tools, because back in the day, the barber also did amputations.
Yeah, and he would also pull teeth and stuff. Yeah. But this was a shaving tool, and I guess they kind of made it sound like, okay, he found the shaving thing, and the tools kind of made his soul, his forlorn soul, evil.
Right. Yeah. Is it some sort of like the tools are evil, and they found him because he was bummed out and weak, so he was receptive, and they could take hold and influence him or whatever? This sort of thing?
Many layers, yeah. So the pie maker lady, Mrs. Garrett, whoever she is.
Edna Cracker Lady.
Edna Garrett. And then she's in the base. She makes the pies, but it ends up being Soylent Green. It ends up being his victims, and then she wants to marry him.
Soylent Green is the vegetarian version.
I know. Soylent Green pies.
Give me the Soylent Red.
I know. And people who know this story are probably yelling at their TV right now, or their screens. Aaron stinks. He stinks. I know, my movie reviews are horrible. I'm definitely making Siskel and Ebert roll over in their graves. So it's horrible, but I like it. I hate the fact I'm in a musical, but I'm enjoying myself. The music is really setting it off. Really, everything is going great. And then they do this thing, intermission, Mike. They have an intermission.
Yeah, you need the intermission.
Man. The intermission stinks.
No, you need the intermission. You got to go pee.
Oh, come on. I was just getting rolling. I was just totally into it. I'm like, dun, 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 dun. There's me. Hey. I'm Mr. Theater Guy all of a sudden. I'm like, oh, I do declare. And then I'm like Mr. Theater Guy all of a sudden. Then they go to the house lights come on. They don't. And everyone's like looking around. Okay, I guess we all gotta go up and pee now. Oh, and the whole vibe's ruined. But we finally sit down. We go for Act 2. Act 2 is just as good. Builds. I gotta say, Sweeney Todd, good. Well, Okay, the ending is kind of funny. It's like, oh, okay, it all converges down to the thing, and the homeless kid gets framed for the murders, but yeah.
They pawn it off on somebody else and they get off scot-free?
Yeah, along the way, the pie maker lady took in some kid to work in the basement.
Street urchin for shoveling coal for the oven.
Right, and he ends up going mad, and then when Mrs. Garrett, Edna Garrett, that's when everyone's yelling at me. It's not Mrs. Garrett.
Yeah, so what? So what? It doesn't matter.
For the sake of argument, I'm calling her Mrs. Garrett.
It's details. We can't remember it. In my mind, it's Helena Bonham Carter from the movie. What's your point? Right?
Right. So, yeah, I'm just saying.
I like Edna Garrett.
It was great. It was great. I had a good time. I ended up having a good time. I have a new appreciation for musicals. Here's my take. I'm back to, all right, I'm not going to hate on musicals anymore. One, I'm turning over a new leaf. But it has to go.
Just focus it down to you don't like the schmaltzy old style.
The schmaltz, you're right. It was the 70s bullshit. Maybe I just have it deep rooted in my head and I hate it.
Or the 60s stuff, like, oh, Oklahoma. Like, I'm not.
Yeah, I don't need. Yeah.
Like, I'll go as far as West Side Story and The Music Man. I sort of love The Music Man.
Yeah, and I don't want any, like, Dance on the Table World War II bullshit.
Like South Pacific or something.
Right, I'm not. No, a homie ain't playing that. But I'll go. All right, if you want to do Fame or Rent or something like that, all right, I'll go for it.
I won't.
It's a little schmaltzy, but I get it.
I'll go for like Anchors Away, like a Gene Kelly, Jack Lemmon, like serviceman on vacation,
like the old Navy man.
Yeah, they're dancing around, jumping around, and shit. I know that's
a little. But okay, so I'm turning over a new leaf. I don't hate the musical anymore. No. Predicated on the fact that the soundtrack has to be good. Sondheimer is fucking brilliant. That's my point. Sondheimer rules. The whole layer. I was listening to layers, and I was thinking of it from a songwriter point of view. Like, okay, we know a song, verse, chorus, whatever, bridge. He was layering that on top of that, mixed with the dialogue, and then these people were singing it, and doing it, and acting it. They were doing 4 roles at once, and I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. These stage actors are pretty incredible. Like, I have a hard time remembering my fucking 15-minute set on stand-up. I can't imagine. Now, these cats are out there singing and dancing. I mean, sure, they're practiced up and they know their shit, but...
That's the thing.
Yeah, the lady who played Mrs. Kravitz... Mrs. Garrett, Edna, or whatever her name is, the pie maker lady... She was jabber-jawing the whole time. I'm like, man, she's got a lot of lines she's got to say here. She is the main jibber-jab, jib-jab through the whole thing.
Right. Well, I mean, in a way, it's almost like a pared-down version of like a Macbeth. She's like Lady Macbeth.
Oh.
She's like prodding it all along.
Yeah. I liked it. So.
Yeah, it's. Yeah. I saw a couple of years ago the Broadway touring play of Book of Mormon.
I heard that's real good. I know. I do got to see that. To Trey Parker and them. Yeah, I got to see that. I know.
We actually won tickets in a drawing.
Ooh.
Yeah, they had a thing. They would have a certain number of tickets. If you showed up at 8 o'clock in the morning, put your name on a list.
Okay.
And then you had to wait around for like 5 hours. And you had to be there, and they would draw a name out. And if they drew your name, you had to have cash to pay for the tickets right then and there. So we went and we did it. So we went and we had some drinks, then we went back, and I used my, I said to my girlfriend, I go, they pulled 2 names, and they were pulling the last name, and I go to her, I never win anything. They pulled my name.
They pulled your, not her name. They pulled
the universe just to fucking prove me wrong.
Wow. Yeah, raffles like that, I never win.
Fuck you don't know shit.
Yeah.
You're winning tickets. Fucker, haha. And I was like, all right.
All right.
So then we're like, all right, we gotta go.
Did you dress up for it?
Yeah, I think we wore like dress pants and
you don't.
One of those golf shirts or something.
That was one of those things too. Like I put on nice slacks. I did the sport coat.
Honestly, that's all I wear. I don't do jeans anymore.
Yeah, I did slacks and a sport coat and a black T-shirt under the sport coat. Looking all slick and fly. And then, because the girlfriend's like, you can't wear jeans. We're going to the theater. You can't wear jeans to the theater.
It depends on the theater.
I go in there and it's like, God, it looks like Walmart let out. I'm like, I'm overdressed.
Not really.
Well, not really. No.
I mean, you weren't wearing like a tux or something.
No, but I'm just like, Jesus Christ, everyone's got jeans on. Come on.
Yeah, it depends. You know, I just say go with what you're comfortable with. Because, yeah, my girlfriend is all up in the theater stuff. We've gone to bunches of plays. Yeah. She's directed bunches of plays. I did sound design for her for like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 plays. I don't even remember. But we've done a lot of plays. Like, we would go to like wacky plays. We went to, I think we saw Shen Yuan or something like that. It's this play about China before the communists took over.
Oof,
we saw that. We saw this one thing that was like a vampire opera thing that they were doing in this place where they were on like ropes and stuff, so they were like flying around.
Oh, flying vampires.
I've seen like weird stuff like 50 Shades of Felt, which is supposed to be a
50 Shades of Grey with puppets?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was so excited for it. It was so disappointing.
That could
be.
They were
literally
that could go
just
both
doing
ways.
50 Shades of Grey with puppets. They didn't puppetify the script at all.
Oh, there was a lot of room for comedic effect in the puppeting thereof.
I wanted to see the puppet S&M shit, like you get to see the puppet sex in Team America World Police. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's silly. It's ridiculous.
What a comedic hole to jump through,
right?
And you didn't jump through it.
I was so excited and then disappointed. I was crushed.
I know, 50 Shades of Felt, that sounds like, oh my God, I would love to help write that. That would have been so much fun, especially if the Muppets could be aware of themselves and aware of what's going on. Oh my God.
It's a great setup. I'm like, all right. But, but it's like these little black box theaters, you know what I mean? They hold like 50, 70 people, something like that, you know? And there were a bunch of them around there in like Tempe and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so we used to go to those. I remember saying one time we saw this, there were these historically themed plays. There was one called Bloody, Bloody Andrew Jackson.
Wait a minute. Andrew Jackson, that president. Andrew Jackson?
The president.
The president Andrew Jackson, the guy on the money.
He was a psychopath.
Was he? In real life, was he a psychopath, or did they make him a psychopath?
He was a psychopath, but they made him like
I don't know much about him
in the play.
Really?
Oh, he was nuts.
Wow.
Yeah, he was nuts. They made him like over the top in the play. So
that'll be funny. You know what they should do? They should make January 6th the play.
Oh my God.
Make it like a Trump thing. Yeah. We got to write a musical. Maybe we got to write a musical. Let's write Scoots the musical.
Well, I did write a play, a game show play. But also, another historically themed one we went to see, which didn't quite live up to the name, was Abe Lincoln's Big Gay Dance Party.
Whoa, wait. Let me unpack that.
That's right.
Abe Lincoln's Big Gay Dance Party. Wow.
Right.
A lot of layers there. Yeah. All right. Now, that's kind of like, 50 Shades of Felt face. What's going on there? Let down?
I was picturing it being like young Abe Lincoln just wanting to have a dance party, like Footloose. You know what I mean?
Right, but it's like weird. It's like weird, like ding, 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 like weird little.
I don't remember
Civil War music.
I don't remember what ended up happening.
And they're all playing washboards.
Yeah. I don't. It didn't quite live up to it. I'm not quite sure what happened. I'm not sure.
Was it more Abe Lincoln or is it more gay?
I honestly,
like, which direction did it go? Let's go a little more. This isn't quite gay enough. Let's get gayer.
I think I need to discuss it with my girlfriend. I don't remember because I was so disappointed with it because I thought this is going to be fucking silly.
Yeah.
Like I thought this is going to be.
Yeah, let's have fun. Let's see. Yeah.
Like I pictured it being like, remember on the old Muppet Show, they used to have those scenes where like everybody's like dancing in couples, and then they kind of one couple comes to the forward, and they say some funny lines, and then they fade back. And
sure.
I thought it was going to be some shit like that. And I thought it was going to be like very like high school, middle schooly, where it was like, I think they're looking at me. Oh, they, and then just all this like.
Right, but then they're in Civil War kind of like garb and stuff like that.
Yeah, even anything. Even just with the hats, you know what I mean?
Sure, you're right.
Stovepipe hats and then the ladies with the big bonnets or whatever.
Or see Patriots calling it blasphemy for them for gaying up the...
Yeah, somebody getting insulted.
You're gaying up Uncle Sam. You can't have a giant gay bald eagle. God.
Yeah, so
yeah, I thought, bald eagle.
I thought it was going to be fun, silly like that. It wasn't quite that silly. It wasn't quite that fun, I have grander ideas for these things.
Yeah, I know. I wish I was a consultant on some of these. It's like, you didn't consult me for the Abe Lincoln Big Gay Party? Come on.
Because I think
50
even
Shades of Felt.
even the Bloody Andrew Jackson, I think, was a musical. He was like singing songs. They had him like he was a rock star. He's like up there with electric guitar, his shirt's open, he's got long hair, and he's like singing some
it's like
song
mixing
about
Rock of
killing
Ages
Indians.
with Andrew Jackson.
Oh my God, yeah, it's
like, you know how Hamilton mixed the rap? They take Andrew Jackson and mix 80s metal with it.
yeah, yeah.
That would be horrifying.
It was like mixing Fabio with John Sykes.
Rico Suave. Yeah, so wow. So that was my adventure. That's about all I got for my adventures for this week. That wasn't bad, though. Like I said, I turned the corner on musicals. I'm cool as long as it lives up to the hype with the music. It's all about the music. But I do have a new appreciation for the theater, the live stage acting, the singers, the kids, the young and old. I love I'm kind of sold.
Now, I will tell you, there are still things out there that rub me the wrong way musical-wise.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
Like, there was this one, me and her watched it on an airplane. I think we were going to Brazil or coming back from Brazil. So we watched it, we hated it, and then later we were so bored we watched it a second time. It's called Into the Woods.
Into the Woods. Wait. Into the Woods. Isn't that that's a I don't know.
I hear it was a stage play and people loved it or something.
Into the Woods.
And they made it into a movie.
Yeah, wasn't that the Japanese one?
No.
No? About the murders?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking
no.
something different.
This is like a nursery rhymes, like a Hansel Gretel, Witch in the Forest sort of thing.
One of those, yeah.
Little Red Riding Hood sort of thing.
All right, let's blend all the evil overlords and
It was
witches.
super grating on your nerves.
Yeah, it could go either way.
Because the music was very sort of like, it was. Oh, sorry, I'm wearing sunglasses. You couldn't see me roll my eyes. I was rolling my
Your eyes
really
just
hard.
They did a 180 all the way around.
All the way around.
360.
Yeah, they went to the Southern Hemisphere and back. If you get a chance, pop it on, check it out. I found it insufferable in music-wise.
Wow.
That was a bad. For me, that was a bad musical. Other people out there may like it, may love it. I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm just going to throw that out there. That was a recent one I saw that was terrible.
Yeah. So Sweeney Todd was good, though. I'm cool with it. I don't know what this... Now, before we dip out of this subject, the Johnny Depp Sweeney Todd, is it worthy of a watch? Do I want to watch this?
Yeah, it's Tim Burton.
Well, yeah, but Tim Burton could go either way. Tim Burton's good for the visual, but is he really good for the story? Let's be honest.
The story's already established. It's the play. They're doing the play
All
straight
right.
up.
Now, does he stay true to the music?
It's like, yeah, he does.
Okay.
It's like the play, but with different camera angles.
Okay.
Multiple camera angles.
I'll give it a shot. I don't know.
Yeah, because the production designs, it's real nice. They do it real simply, almost like it's a play, but like you have some different angles and stuff.
Yeah.
So it keeps it interesting. But the apartment's cool. Like you can get a bigger apartment that he's in that top floor in the movie, And they have a color wash on everything that it's like this steel gray.
That's what they had for a giant backdrop. Their backdrop looked like
almost like
a
London
real
fog
gloomy,
sort of
full moony looking thing, like an old 1820s version of Pittsburgh bridges,
Well, London, yeah.
London Bridge, yeah. Yeah, pretty cool and gloomy. I liked it. It.
Yeah, the movie's very much like that too. So it has that look, and it's Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter. They both have like sort of the pallid makeup, so they sort of look half dead, like everybody.
Yeah, that's the way they were too on this too. They had the white makeup, yeah. And as it progressed, her makeup started getting whiter and whiter, and she was looking, she was kind of like...
She was eating the pies, wasn't she?
I don't know. They didn't really allude to that. Maybe I don't know. I just thought it was symptomatic of her becoming more darker.
See,
or dying, or more of that evil.
I like to think of Sweeney Todd as the prequel to like a Victorian England zombie outbreak. It's because they were eating people in the pies.
Oh.
And it started to, and after people ate too many people.
I was thinking, what if it was an adaptation of, the writer was thinking, this is really what happened to the people in Jack the Ripper. We're out here looking for a murderer when really it was the pie store and the people down the road making the pies and the guy shaving people, and they were way off. And the Jack the Ripper thing was red herring.
Right.
I'm a gumshoe here. I'm going to figure out the crime.
Well, they found the bodies with the Jack the Ripper.
Oh, yeah, I guess they did. This one, they put them all in the furnace and then the meat grinder.
Now, do you ever hear about that? They say America's first serial killer was H.H. Holmes in Chicago.
I've heard that name before.
That he may be Jack the Ripper.
He's in Chicago. How's he good?
Because he went over to London around that time for the World's Fair. So around the time of the murders, he was over there. And then when he came back, he had made some money.
Maybe he had a spree when he was over there.
He came back outside Chicago, and he knew that they were going to have the World's Fair next in a couple of years. So he built a house, a boarding house for people to come stay at. And he built in like secret passages and a big furnace in the basement to dispose of bodies and stuff.
The Airbnb of death.
Yeah, exactly. Airbnb of death, that's it.
Somebody should make that movie. Let's make a musical. Airbnb of death.
Yeah, the H.H. Holmes story.
Yeah, only H.H. Holmes is really a...
No, you know what? Fuck it.
Abe Lincoln gay dance party.
You know what? We can make up our own character, and we can have our own modern setting if we want to.
Yeah.
It'll be
the Airbnb of death.
All right, I'm down. Let's write it up.
Dun, 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 dun. Who's on the ring doorbell? Who's on the ring doorbell? Who's on the ring doorbell?
Oh my God, that's exactly how Into the Woods was. Into the Woods
Someone's at the door. Someone's at the door. Someone's at the door.
I just literally remember them running through these woods. And the woods I kind of liked because they were like, you know when they do those woods on a soundstage? You can sort of tell it's fake?
Yeah.
But it's so expansive. They
got the interns moving the bushes from behind.
So it kind of looks cool. They're running through, and they're like, into the woods, into the woods, into the woods, into the woods, into the woods. And it's like, oh,
let's get to running. Hurry up and run. Hurry up and run. Yeah. Oh, musical. All right. Well, let's do it. You know, I'm going to switch subjects here, guys. I hate to do a quick 180, but last week we were getting a lot of feedback on the list. Now, if you checked out last week's episode 22, I think we were doing I laid out my top 5 best and worst list, and Mike added a 5er. This week it's Mike's turn. I have no idea what he's going to bring me, but I'll tell you what, let's do it. We're going to talk about it. I want you guys in the comments, if you want to, talk about it. Give us some suggestions. Add on to our list. Tell us we're wrong. Tell us we're right. Who knows? I don't know. We're going to alternate weeks on who gets the fly ball here. So today I'm going to catch the fly ball. He's going to lay one on me. What do you got for your list? Best and worst.
Best and worst. I got a couple in here. We could do.
Pick one.
All right. I'll do this one because I think this one's just sort of silly. All right. Top 5, bottom 5. Movie theater eats.
Wait, movie theater what?
Eats.
Things to eat at the movie theater. While during the movie, or just the whole movie theater, we're going to the movie. What are our top 5 eats, best and worst, right?
Yep.
All right, let's start with the best list. Give me your best list.
All right. Number 5, hot dog or hamburger. You got a bun to hold it. It's portable.
Yeah, but you're in a theater. I would have to say that's going to go on the worst. But okay, I'll go away. Hot dog. And I've never heard of a hamburger at a theater. Now, the hot dog possibly, yeah. I've never had a hamburger at a theater.
I don't usually get snacks at the theaters. I don't know.
But I could see a hot dog going down, especially in the 80s.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Hamburger or hot dog, either one.
Okay.
Fries and nachos.
4.
Yeah. Number 4, fries and nachos.
Those are almost separate. The nachos quite common.
I'm saying fries or nachos. They function the same. You hold it in your hand. You're reaching with the other one. Right?
You got nachos. The paper rectangular boat.
They're both kind of messy, but they're super popular. Everybody loves them, right? Fries, nachos.
Both shareable to the person next to you.
Exactly.
They're shareable. All right. I would have to say the fries are probably, you do get salt grease on your hands, but you run the risk of the nachos, you got the cheese.
It's the salt grease too. Same thing.
Yeah.
No difference.
Okay.
Very little difference. Okay.
You got the rectangular boat.
Right. People love it. They love to eat this stuff.
Okay.
With the hands. Number 3, classic M&Ms.
Oh, you like okay. Now, it doesn't matter if we say peanut or regular?
No. You can
just
do
the box, the larger box.
I like that. I like the pretzel M&Ms. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. I like the standard ones.
Yeah, those are good. Number 2, best movie eat, licorice.
Ew, licorice?
I personally don't like licorice, but I know.
But in theater context.
It's the whole thing. I know people just like to mindlessly munch and chew on shit. And so I think licorice is a good one. I personally don't like it.
Yeah, I would never set out to eat a Twizzler, but if
No.
I'm sitting next to somebody and they hand me a Twizzler at a movie, I go, I'm enjoying this Twizzler.
Yeah, you just sort of mindlessly gnaw on it, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
and it doesn't grease up your hands or
No.
so I will say they're pretty much a mess-free snack.
And it's sort of a movie theater sort of classic staple sort of thing. To wit, number 1, best thing to eat at the movie, popcorn. Popcorn, hot buttered.
I know everyone jizzes their pants over the popcorn.
I personally don't like it much.
I know.
Like a little bit, it smells great, but I really don't like
everyone
eating
goes,
it.
movie theater popcorn, nothing like it. It's the best thing in the world.
Although I will tell you, that air popped popcorn, like I don't know those air pop machines or whatever, is a lot better than nuking it to pop it or whatever.
But they melt the butter. I feel like it's a lot of times over buttered, and I almost go.
Sometimes.
"Ugh." Sometimes I get queasy off it. Then you
Yeah.
mix that with a fountain Coke.
Because you know what they do?
you're
They'll,
like,
they'll have
"Ugh."
like a whole thing of popcorn, and then they take like this little metal cup of the butter, and they just go around the top. So if you get one of those globs off the top, it's like greasy butter. It is nauseous.
And then the big syrupy big gulp that you're washing it down with.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a recipe for a stomachache.
Yeah,
But
I mean, we all did it
but
as children. But
popcorn at the movie is the classic number 1, right? So if you look down, popcorn, licorice, M&Ms, fries,
All right.
nachos, hot dogs, hamburgers, right?
All right. Well, I'll do a top 5. I don't know if I want to go best or worst this week. I'm gonna go best. My own 5 best. But I will wait. You want to do your first?
My bottom 5?
Your bottom 5?
All right, so these are the 5 worst eats to have at the movie theater.
All right. Lay it on me. Your worst.
Number 5, worst thing to eat in the movie theater. Anything with bowl. Anything with in a bowl.
Like what? What would be in a bowl?
Soup, spaghetti, or cereal.
Who brings cereal to the mall?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That it would be the worst thing.
Unless they mix if they have a poke bowl. That's what the poke bowl people should get in on the movie theaters. Everyone's eating like ramen noodles.
God, that would just be like kind of a shit show.
$1 million idea though.
Slurping.
Somebody's gonna do it. They're gonna go poke bowl movies.
On It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Charlie Day went to the movies with spaghetti in a Ziploc bag.
In a Ziploc bag.
He's like, I got spaghetti in the bag.
All right.
All right, next. Number 4, worst thing to eat in a movie theater. Roasted meats.
Well, yeah, roast. Are you
Ham,
talking
turkey, beef.
You talking cold cuts, or you talking let's strip a rotisserie chicken and throw it in a Ziploc?
Yeah, either way, both. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be just a shit show.
You
get
know,
the place
honestly, I think it's a
stinking.
good idea.
Just have
I
some
like
shredded
stripping the
chicken
idea.
in a bag.
Well, I don't like the idea of cold cuts, but I do like the idea of stripping a rotisserie and putting it in a
That's what I
Ziploc.
said. Shredded chicken.
Yeah.
It ends up shredded. Take a couple forks.
I'm not opposed for that.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine using that and then doctoring up your nachos.
Doctoring up your nachos in the dark, balanced on your lap. It's not like they give you a little table, like even like in an airplane, right?
Where's my plastic spork?
This is all. It's all just balanced on your lap.
You're crushing them up with a spork.
All right. This one is less an eating thing and more an auditory thing. Worst thing to eat in a movie theater: those individually wrapped peppermint humbugs, because they have that crinkly, crunchy,
Oh, like a peppermint mint?
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
get at Pizza Hut?
Yeah.
The red and white mints?
It's got that little crinkly. paper.
Yeah. And they're pretty strong right off the bat, but they don't last long.
Yeah. And like I said, it's less a food thing. That's more just like it's noisy and annoying.
Yeah, people are annoyed by it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Number 2 of worst things to eat in a movie theater: glazed donuts and/or pizza.
Well, the pizza. I don't think I've never seen glazed donuts at a movie theater.
Me either. But
Now I could see maybe a bag of all right, we're gonna sneak in a little bag of Little Debbie mini donuts.
the little donuts, the little round guys.
Yeah, little powdered donuts.
Yeah.
I could see that going down.
You definitely pound those if you don't want to poop for a few days. But both of these, once again, sort of like the nachos and the fries, these are both things that are just going to get all over your hands. Sitting there in the dark, You're holding a piece of pizza. You don't know if there's like pepperoni juice running down your arm.
Oh yeah, with a slice of pizza, the grease coming down your arm.
Yeah, you don't know if there's like a glob of sauce.
And if you're in the dark,
somewhere.
there's no monitoring. Nah.
Like, I don't know.
Unless it's cold pizza, no.
And the glazed donut, everywhere it's going to be sticky.
Yeah, no, that's not going to work. That's just not working.
Yeah, that's just going to be a mess for everybody involved. I mean, it may be tasty, but what a hassle.
Oh boy.
All right, number 1.
Your worst.
Worst thing to eat in a movie theater: seafood. Anything seafood.
Shrimp wouldn't be so bad.
Really? In the movie theater?
Shrimp sucks anyway.
Imagine how that theater's going to smell.
Oh yeah,
Next time you walk into the theater,
you smell like cat food.
Ugh.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that good.
And there'd be like, you know, cephalopod juice strewn about.
Well, I'm thinking, all right, well, I got a 5 best then. I got to go with, okay, now I'm thinking, I go into the movie theaters. Man, you nailed it with the M&Ms. The M&Ms are a good grab. They make a pleasant little noise when they're in the big cardboard box. So that goes,
I mean, there's a million that are like that. You know what I mean? Jujubes.
That's where I'm going. Okay, next in line, I'm going to have to go number 4. Check this out. The Mike and Ike.
Right.
The Mike and Ike.
There's so many of those type guys. You know, I remember
Not
the snow
lemon
caps.
drops, the Mike and Ike.
Remember the snow caps? They were like big chocolate chips covered with those little white balls or something. And I don't even know what they were. Sugar, I guess.
Yeah, they're kind of like a powdered version of a milk dud. It's like a milk dud without the
milk
chocolate.
Duds. Yeah. The milk duds, the Jujubes, the Mike and Ikes. Yeah, those are always at the theater. And all that shit in the box that you just,
like
shake
the hot
out.
Tamales.
You know, I never got those.
Those are cinnamon.
Yeah. Oh, I have tasted those though. Yeah, it's like
just
cinnamon jelly beans.
Yeah, they're cinnamon jelly beans basically.
I used to get Junior Mints.
That was going to be my number 1.
Yeah,
Junior Mint. I know the Seinfeld made it.
But to me,
funny,
all those box candies, that's movie theater candy. You know what I mean?
Because they make the pleasant sound. They're a good one. They're easy to throw in your pocket. Now, what I do, I go to the dollar store and I get a couple of those, and you can slide them in your own sleeve of your pocket here, and you don't have to pay $9 for one.
I mean, God forbid those movie theaters make a profit.
Yeah. So I'm gonna. Well, then my number 2 has to be, get this, the Swedish fish. The Swedish fish, Mike.
I don't know what that is.
You're Swedish. Okay, the Swedish fish.
I don't eat fish.
No, they're kind of like a gummy fish.
Oh, dude,
they're red.
I don't like gummy anything.
Yeah, but the Swedish fish are.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. I've seen those.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gummy fish, right?
Kind of gummy fish, but they're not quite full gummy bears.
What do they taste like? Fish?
No. No, they're kind of like a fruit punchy kind of, but they have their own timber to them.
Wait, did you say fruit punch?
Yeah, kind of like if they were liquidized, they would probably be more like a fruit punch.
Why are they Swedish fish? I mean, that would be like Hawaiian punch. So make it a Polynesian fish.
I don't know where they got the Swedish part. Yeah, but they're good, and they're not quite as gooey gummy as a gummy bear. So they've got.
Are gummy bears gummier?
Well, they have a squish and a sugary factor to them that they're blip, blip, blip. Whereas this fish is more, a little more firm, and it's in between the gummy and the Twizzler. It's kind of the middle ground, you know, and it's got its own little timber to it. Not too shabby, not too shabby. But
I'm not with you on that one, man.
I think the popcorn at the movie theater stinks. Go away.
I think it's overrated.
Popcorn's crap. It gets everywhere. Those poor minimum wage kids got to clean that up. Well, I got grease on my hands. I'm breaking out in zits because I got fucking.
The reason that the popcorn was fine like that, think back to the old days when the movies first started, when they used to have like peanut shells or sawdust on the floor.
Oh yeah, the peanut. Yeah,
because people with the chewing tobacco and the spitting and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, roasted peanuts.
Yeah, I like the peanut in the shell. Are you a guy who would eat the peanut with the shell? I eat the shell.
What? Wait a minute. Eat the shell?
I eat the shell. I'll eat that sumbitchin' shell right there.
What?
Yeah. You ever go to Five Guys and get a bowl of peanuts when you're waiting?
Yeah, you crack them and you pull out the fucking nuts. It's a lot of work for
too much work.
Nuts.
You eat the shell. The shell's nice and salty.
Oh my God.
Other than it might be a little sanitary gross, you know what I mean? Because you know, if you really do the math, you go, oh man, there's probably some rat shit on these. But the peanut itself, you can eat the shell, and
I know you can and everything. And I know it's just fibers and everything, but I don't know, man. That just seems gross. I don't even like eating the fucking apple skin.
Oh, the apple skin. Yeah, the apple skin's kind of overrated.
Every time I think about the apple skin, I think about
the apple skin, yeah.
Not allowed.
But the better skin is the potato skin.
I don't even like the potato skin.
Oh, I like it when it's cooked right in the stove or in the
No, which kind
oven?
of potatoes are you talking about?
Well, like a baked potato.
Like a russet with the thick brown skin?
Yeah, and then you butter that sumbitch up, put some salt on it, a little fleck of garlic on there, and you...
Yeah, but you don't eat the skin.
Yes, you eat the skin.
No, you just...
First you eat, so you scoop out the inside
you
like
scoop
a
out the
tasty
tasty
treat,
innards.
and then you're left with the shell. And then the shell is nice and hard, and it's gotten a little emulsified.
No,
and then
but-
you take the knife and fork, and then you start cutting them in there.
What?
And then, yeah, the fibery crunch. Oh, you don't know what you're talking
The
about.
shell just makes it easy to pick it up and throw it away.
Oh. Oh, you're missing out on Americana at its finest.
No.
It's Americana at its finest,
My
Mike.
girlfriend makes breakfast. She uses the little golden potatoes, which have the thinnest little
Oh,
skin.
those are little, yeah,
I don't
those,
even like that skin.
yeah, that skin's like an apple skin. That's not, yeah, that's just there. That's just there for looks.
It is just there for looks, really. Really.
It's just there so for
That
color difference.
locking in the juicy freshness.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Movie theater. Okay, so eating at the movie theater. You know, quite honestly, unless I'm smuggling it in, I don't like to eat at the movie theater. I don't want to pay their
generally
high,
don't either.
exorbitant prices. I don't like soda pop. You know, so usually...
Sometimes I'll get a pop, but then the movie theaters out there where we were at in Phoenix, they started putting in bars.
There you go.
So then, you know,
they
you
don't
could,
have that here yet.
you could slam a couple drinks. But then that gets to where you're slamming a couple fucking big beers, and then I'm going in to watch Endgame. You know, the Marvel Endgame?
Yeah, and then you got to pee.
So I got to pee. It's near the end of the movie, right? I'm like, I don't know how long this ending's going to go, but they're in the middle of the battle. Nothing, okay, I got a minute to go pee. I go pee, I come back, movie's over. Spoiler alert, everybody got dusted. I missed it.
You missed when everyone died in Endgame.
Yeah. Was it Endgame? Yeah. Yeah, the one that everybody got dusted.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, because I had to pee. Because like the battle's just going on, and I'm like, they'll be fighting for 5 more minutes. Let me go pee real quick.
Yeah.
And then we'll be the ending, and we'll wrap it up. And then the post-credit sequence, and you got to sit there. You know what I mean? I'm like, I can't sit here.
And you're on movie time. You're like, I'm in a hurry. I could just pee. I don't need to wash my hands. I'm in
The
and out.
bathroom's right across the hall.
Yeah, I'm just in and out. We're gonna do this.
Yeah, and I sit on the aisle. You know, I'm like,
Yeah.
ba-ba-ba, you know.
And you're watching the screen as you're backing out.
I start coming back in, people are walking out. My girlfriend's son's like, where the hell were you? Like, I had to pee. I'm like, is it over? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, what happened? They're like, I'm not going to tell you. I'm like, God. So I had to wait,
now you
I had to
gotta
wait for it to come out on video.
Oh, and you didn't get any. Iron Man's dead, and everyone's crying. Well, Iron Man's
That
dead
little Spider-Man thing. I missed it.
because you had to pee.
Yeah.
Because of their big, large beers.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Exactly. They're the 22-ounce beers.
I got a ginger ale, water.
That was a good time. All right. So that was the list. I do have a bonus list.
Do we have any honorable mentions? All right, well, let's go. Okay, since we're in this theme, we're at the movie theater theme.
All right.
What's a good, give me something honorable mention-wise. What would you smuggle in? If you had to smuggle something into the theater because you don't want to pay the exorbitant prices, what are you throwing in your winter coat pocket?
I mean, there is nothing that is portable enough to get in there to be able to actually eat to enjoy.
No, there's no eating. It's
No.
like snack. Like you could get, oh, okay, I got a can of Altoids, or I got some Tic Tacs.
Right, yeah.
Chewing gum. I like gum, you know, and
Yeah, some fruit stripe
Yeah.
would be enjoyable. But, like, I like chicken tenders and fries. I'm not eating chicken tenders and fries in the dark. I'm not dipping in honey mustard in the dark theater. Like I said, it's not like they give you like a little tray table that comes down like the airplane.
That'd be nice.
Nada. They're actually now they're putting you in those. We used to go to these theaters. They had the big fat lazy boys, the recliners.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking kick your feet up and shit, dude. Then my whole thing is not falling asleep in there
Oh, right.
it's like 65 degrees. it's dark and I'm watching a movie. That's how I sleep.
I know, yeah. I've been known to fall asleep a couple times. Yeah.
Especially like out in Phoenix when it was like 114 degrees. I'd go to the supermarket. I'd go over to the frozen food section, stand next to the thing, and I'd be like, I'd start falling asleep.
When I used to take Abel when she was a little kid, I'd take her to movies, you know. 2 of them I fell asleep, beginning to end. Kung Fu Panda. And I'm bummed I missed it, but I ended up watching it later. But yeah, it was watching the opening credits and then her going, Dad, wake up. And then opening my eyes and the credits are going up the screen.
It's just, well, especially
I missed the entire Kung Fu Panda.
Because that intro scene has that whole, like, different animation style. Like, it'll just, like, yeah, if you just relax into it, man, it's like,
and I was kind of excited. I was like, oh, Jack Black, I'm a big fan. All right, here we go. And then I was out. And the other one was Hotel Transylvania. I was out. Oh, man.
The first one didn't grab me, but the second one started to grab me. Some of the jokes.
Here, funny thing is, I just realized, it was on the other day on like some weird off-beaten station. And I just realized, I didn't know. I'm late to the party on this one. I didn't know Adam Sandler was doing the voice. Now that's all I can hear. I'm like, oh, this is Adam Sandler. All right.
Guess who's doing the Wolfman?
Who?
Steve Buscemi.
Oh, yeah.
Guess who's doing the Frankenstein?
Huh.
The fucking, the Everybody Loves Raymond brother.
Oh, yeah.
Brad Garrett,
yeah.
And, who else? Oh, guess who's the Invisible Man?
Who?
David Spade.
Oh, yeah.
And then...
That all makes sense.
Kevin James is in there somewhere.
Of course Kevin James.
And you know who's the voice of the kid that dates his daughter?
Huh.
That's Andy Samberg.
Oh, yeah. I can see it.
His daughter is Selena Gomez?
Okay, that all makes sense. It all totally makes sense.
Yeah, it's a pretty star-studded cast. They got Cedric the Entertainer as the Mummy.
Of course.
Remember him?
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's all your A-listers right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize that at the time it came out, you know. And
yeah, when I watched the first one, I was like, I love that whole sort of like, monsters, Transylvania shit, especially in like a cartoon sense.
Sure.
But the first one, it was a little bit too much fucking poopy, pee-pee, poo-poo humor, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a little
too kiddish.
Yeah.
But there was a lot that I liked, but there was just 2 or 3 jokes I was like, come on, guys, really? But I thought the second one straightened that shit out a little bit. And Mel Brooks as his dad, I thought was hysterical. Oh, no, wait, is it his grandfather?
I don't know.
It was his dad.
I forget.
Yeah. I thought that's hysterical.
Yeah, it was all right. It's fine. It is what it is. But, well, at least that gears us up for Halloween. We're getting close to that. Look at this. We're talking movies. We talked Hotel Transylvania. We're almost in there. Sweeney Todd. Look at this. We're building to the Halloween episode here.
So I'm trying to get in the Halloween sort of frame of mind.
Oh yeah, the girlfriend's watching all kinds of crap on TV.
So what do you guys? What do you gravitate towards for getting Halloween feels?
Well,
because I think what I gravitate towards is not what most people do.
She likes the old vintagey, like vintage Halloween.
Like what?
The vintage Halloween movies.
Halloween,
the Jamie Lee Curtis ones.
Like what? So Halloween 1.
Yes, and 2. She likes those things.
Halloween 2 had nothing to do with anything.
I gotta say, I know I'm the outlier in this one. This is where I'm gonna get the hate mail. I like the Rob Zombie ones. I'm sorry. I think they were done well. I like the Rob Zombie ones.
They are done well. I mean, he's aiming.
They look good. They look cool.
He's aiming for sort of distasteful revulsion.
Yeah.
And he definitely achieves it.
I like it. I think they're more so. Now the early ones were horrible because pacing in the late 70s and early 80s was terrible.
I hadn't seen the original Halloween until like recently, just a couple years ago.
Oh yeah.
It is really slow. Mm-hmm. Like nothing happens to the last 15, 20 minutes.
Stinks.
Like,
It stinks.
I was shocked. I was like, are we just hanging out with these girls during the course of their day? Like, really? Is this it?
And the girlfriend likes to watch. And here's another one, which I'm so tired of the Annabelles and who's the couple?
The Ed and Lorraine Warren?
Yo, Ed and Lorraine Warren, stick it.
The Conjuring universe, the Nun.
Oh, God, it's always the guy who looks like Better Call Saul and the other, it looks, yeah. It looks like Odenkirk, but he's not. He looks like an offshoot of Odenkirk.
He was the owl guy in the Watchmen movie.
Oh, well, either way, they stink. I'm going to get a lot of hate mail. Everyone's going to be like, I'm going to get us flogging in the public square. But I know. Now, those movies are all right. I mean, there's certain parts where you go, oh, that was kind of fun. That was cool.
Sort of
all right, that was cool.
Current supernaturally ones.
Yeah, she likes those. You know, she'll watch the Hack'em ones, but I'm not really into like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's like, oh, come on, that's stupid. I like suspense. I'm cool with suspense. I just think gratuitous blood is stupid.
Yeah, I don't like the Saw and Hostel, the torture porn.
Yeah,
sort of
I'm not
stuff,
really into
where
that.
It's like you've got to rip your own finger off to get out of this. Like I don't want to see that.
Right.
Like look,
I was telling her the other day. I remember you and me, and I want to say maybe Greg was there when we were kids. The first, or was it Faces of Death? We tried to get through Faces of Death, and I remember us trying to watch it, and then we all were like, I don't think we should be watching this. And we were not impressed. We weren't, you know how everyone in those days was like, Faces of Death, oh my God, we gotta watch this. You know, and everyone was all jizzed up over it. And then I remember us being like, I don't know. It wasn't sitting right with our moral center, you might say.
Right.
And I remember us not enjoying it and being enthusiastic when all other teen kids were talking about it at school. It was the thing. You know,
I definitely saw them all. I mean, probably more than once.
They don't sit well. Maybe because it was real.
Mm-hmm. Well, some was.
Yeah.
Some wasn't.
Yeah. But you know that kind of shit. I don't know. I'm not really into violence. I mean, everyone goes, I mean, I guess the occult to me is more scary than violence. Like ultra violence, it makes me uneasy. But the occult scares me. Like when we're talking like devil possession, that stuff is like, all right.
Did you ever see that Exorcism of Emily Rose movie?
Probably. It sounds familiar.
Throw that one on. Get your girlfriend to throw on the Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Oh, I'm sure we have seen it. She's watching
the girl that's in that movie. She can physically contort her body in ways. It is amazing.
Oh, one of them, yeah.
Dude, in the commentary, the director's like, she came into audition, she killed in the audition, and we're like, this is great. And then she tells us, she goes, oh yeah, this is great. I can do all sorts of weird shit with my body. And she jumps on the floor and starts contorting herself into positions that we thought we were going to need to call an ambulance. And she's like, no, I'm fine. She's like, I'm double jointed or something. And they're like, we just scratched like $2,500 off the effects budget, you know?
Wow.
Yeah. It's fucking creepy. It's about this college girl who gets possessed.
Oh, I think.
And then they do an exorcism. And I guess something kind of goes wrong, but then there's a lawsuit. So it's sort of like a courtroom deposition of an exorcism.
Oh.
So, but
they don't. Please, no cameos from the couple.
This is before that. This is an older movie.
Okay, good.
Yeah, this is from like probably, I don't know, 2010.
All right. Yeah, we don't need Frank and Edna fucking.
Yeah, that Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Name is.
That chick does some creepy shit with her body, like.
Yeah, those contortionists, especially when like a young girl does it, it's like extra creepy, you know. Yeah, I remember seeing those contortionist people. When I saw Tool once, they had people on stage doing that.
Oh, those are the Jim Rose Circus sideshow people.
And they'd have those people walking upside down, and then their head would be swaying back and forth like a monster. They looked like a weird four-legged beast.
Dude, out in Phoenix, we did a fucking Halloween gig one time. This place, so the bar's on one side. Or no, the stage is on one side. The bar's in the middle, and on the other side, it's a Halloween show, and we're playing over here. You know, us and a couple other bands and stuff. On the other side, they're doing one of those things where they put hooks in people's back and they fly around the room.
Oh, that's so gross. I know. That's gross. I draw the line there.
Being in the room with it, it's like something's going to go wrong. Somebody's going to fly off there with torn flesh. I'm just like, the whole time I'm so distracted. I can't concentrate because I'm like playing and I can see through the bar. There's like feet, you know. It was very distracting.
The hooks through the backs thing. I've seen that. Oh, that is disgusting.
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't look, but
humans are gross.
Because, you know, shit moving, it catches your eye.
Sure.
Anyway.
Wow. Well, guys, it's been a wonderful episode. I think we're at episode, 23 now? 23, and me and you. Hey, if you're still with us, like and subscribe, tell a friend, but try and like and subscribe, and feel free to interact with us. We'll get back to you. I see the comments. I see them all.
Yeah, definitely subscribe, definitely like, and hit us up at Dewcast
At Gmail?
at gmail.com.
All right. Cue the music. See you next week for Halloween.